Hi, everybody. Welcome to an episode of, I don't even know, it's a Cryptic Crossword episode, which we've done, I think, on the main feed before. But lately, we've been doing a lot of these on Patreon. So this is sort of a taste. This one is purely for the free, not the free, the normal, the main audience. This one's purely for you, the main audience.
It's for the normies.
This is for all of you. But I know what you're saying. I can hear you. You're saying, excuse me, Mr. Sunderland. If you're doing a cryptic crossword for the regular people, are you also doing another one for the Patreon people? And I say, yes, small boy, we are. We're recording two of these back to back. There will be a cryptic crossword episode up on Patreon as well.
You just called it a cross-webisode.
There'll be a cryptic crossword episode on Patreon as well, which will be a different crossword. So if you are on the Patreon and you see that, don't think it's the same episode. It's new and it's just for you.
And if you're not on the Patreon, but you happen to enjoy these, there's a lot more where this came from if you sign up.
Yeah, this is just, if you like this sort, and this will have the same feel of Patreon content. So I'm so sorry if you enjoy our very polished, very tightly edited, interesting escape room sort of stuff. This is a much more relaxed episode. And by relaxed, I mean weird.
This is what people need for their bonus holiday content,
it's
right?
Christmas. I don't want to get to work. I literally just said to Danny, I turned and I said, Danny, I don't want to do any work until the new year. I need a bit more of a break. I do not want to do a single second of work until the new year.
And I said, that is totally valid. That's a great idea. You should do that. Now sit down and press record.
Well, but I don't feel like I'm at work, even though this is our job. This is fun. This is just a cryptic crossword. We would do this anyway. I'm still not really doing any work until the new year, but people get to hear a fun cryptic crossword. If you would like to follow along, because cryptic crosswords can be hard to do without following along. Actually, I think our episode's surprisingly easy to follow along. I think a lot of people quite enjoy not following the actual puzzle.
Oh, we make it clear enough?
I think people can just enjoy listening to us.
That's nice.
I think we're amazing.
Because that's tough with cryptic sometimes.
But if you would like to try it before us or play it yourself or follow along, there's a link in the show notes that's probably, to be honest, I think only going to be available for like 3 months. If this is 3 months old, you're just going to have to listen. But give it a try. Maybe I'm wrong. We're doing one of the puzzles. It's a very chill, easy level of cryptic crossword, which means we'll barely do it because we're not very good at cryptic crosswords. This is from simpledailypuzzles.com, and it's meant to be one that you could do in your coffee break. Now, I see you looking at the time of the episode and being like, an hour and 10 minutes? That's a long coffee break. Shut it.
We don't drink coffee, so what do we know?
Shut your mouth, you. You don't know what it's like. Besides, we're making entertainment. Look at how much of the time has already been spent up just talking about the idea of crosswords.
Yeah, just talking through puzzles ends up taking a lot longer than sitting down, shutting up, and doing puzzles.
Now, because this is the first one we've done on the main feed, at least for a while, we will be talking as we go about how cryptic crosswords work compared to a normal crossword, and help and explain clues. So don't think like you're going to get lost if you don't know what a cryptic crossword is.
We've definitely done this on the main feed
We've definitely done this on the main feed before, but maybe not for a while.
Yeah.
So
if you're one of those people who doesn't like going back in a crossword feed, in a podcast feed, then this is for you, I guess.
This is for you, I guess. Look, we're not going to go crazy. We're just going to explain as we go. You'll follow along. It'll all make sense. Danny, where would you like to start in this podcast?
The grid looks much like a normal crossword grid.
It does. It does.
If you don't know what a cryptic crossword looks like, much like any other. But anyway, when it comes to finding a place to start in a cryptic crossword, you can never tell until you've skimmed the clues which ones are going to stand out, which ones you're going to find doable.
I don't have a solution to this yet, but can I suggest 2 down?
I haven't even looked at it. Oh, really?
I don't know. It seems really hard, but it's like a fun place to start.
If you say so, I'm worried.
2 down is a 7-letter clue. It is high-rise flat.
Question mark.
Question mark. Oh, it does have a question mark. High-rise flat.
Which can often mean, question marks can mean funny little jokes or just quirkier ways of thinking even than usual for a cryptic crossword.
Okay, so they usually are slightly odd construction. Let's ignore that one.
Oh, you insisted that we go here.
I've changed my mind.
And now you're panicking.
Based on all of my own
strong
start.
And
nothing from you.
So like I said, you often just need to skim the clues and find somewhere that feels right.
What about organ composition for big ape.
9 across. So that...
So for people who are coming back to a cryptic crossword, usually a cryptic crossword will have one part of the clue be a synonym for the answer or a clue for the answer, and the rest will be a manner of constructing the answer. Now, this is a 5-letter clue, and it is organ composition for big ape. Now, my thought at first is organ is 5 letters. We could change its composition. Composition would be rearranging.
Yeah.
And get a word for a big ape.
Yeah, that's definitely my first thought. My only problem is, one, I look at the word organ and big ape and I really want to make orangutan happen, and that's clearly not right. We're looking for a 5-letter answer. 2, I can't rearrange it to form a big ape unless Rogan is a big ape.
Rogan's a pretty big ape. Well, actually, I don't know. He's a very normal-sized ape. As are we all.
Don't tell him that.
Sorry, Rogan. Is orang just a word for a big ape? An orangutan is a little is a type of orang?
Orangutan means like old forest man.
That's true. That is very strange. It makes it really look like we want to say orang, but that's not right. Are we just crazy? Is there a big... Now, ape could also be to copy someone. Ape is commonly like to mirror, to parrot, to ape, to copy.
That's true, but I don't know what to do with that.
This is very strange.
We've never done, this is a weekend quiz. We don't know how
they could be extra hard.
If they get hard.
Do you know how long a coffee break you can take on the weekend?
That's true. 6 across is 3 letters and it mentions lettuce, so I want it to be cos, but...
Okay, well, let's do it. Lettuce is so cold when turned over. Easy. Lettuce, which is cos, or cos, or whatever, as a lettuce.
Oh,
You're happy with that?
Yeah.
Cold can often be abbreviated to C. Like on a tap.
That's fair. And then so...
And then so
cold. So C.
So C. And then you turn it over, you go backwards. You go the other way around.
Yep.
So it's C-os.
Right.
So it's cos lettuce.
This can be often the way that you have to do these things, is backforming, try to figure out what you believe the answer is, and then trying to dissect them to get there.
Yeah.
That will quite often be the way that you do them. And it also means that if you are doing a cryptic crossword online and you have no idea where you're going with it, you can just reveal all of the answers and then look at the clues and one by one try to work out the formation.
It is a fantastic way to learn how to do cryptic crosswords, is to just do the backforming. You're right. So in this case, for people who didn't follow, lettuce was the clue, like the same thing as the answer. Cos is a type of lettuce. And it is so cold, so C. You can... It's kind of, sometimes it feels like you can abbreviate every single word in a cryptic crossword, but there are rules. They have to be accepted abbreviations. But you can think about, you've seen a tap with a C on it for cold. You've seen that abbreviated to C in your life, so it makes sense. So SOC and turned over backwards, COS.
I've got 7 down.
7 down starts with the S from COS. Or cost? Is it COS?
I've always said cos. I just say cos lettuce, but...
Cos lettuce?
You're making me question it now. I've never asked.
Danny, why is this a salad?
Because lettuce?
Because lettuce. 7 down is 5-letter clue. Girl from America entertained by poles.
Now, these are usually not my favorite clues, because in this crossword, at least, when it says just girl or boy, it usually just means a name, and literally any standard boy
Sally,
or girl name.
It could be Sandy, anything like that.
So
now,
I normally avoid them because there are too many.
When I see poles, I want to do N and S.
Yep.
For the north and south poles. The poles of the Earth are north or of a magnet.
Or it could be S and S, N and N.
Yeah.
Things like that. But we've already got an S. It's great.
Girl from America. Oh, is the answer Snoozer? Snoozer? The famous girl's name Snoozer?
I mean...
S-N-U-S-A? It's Susan.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's USA... entertained by, like welcomed in. Like if you entertain, you welcome someone into your home.
Yeah.
So entertained by, welcomed into the poles, S and N, south and north. So south and north
USA,
takes USA
S and
to
N.
get snoozer or Susan, if you want to use a real word.
Excellent. Unfortunately, that just gave us an S and an N in other places. We're not getting useful letters here.
Well, this I think is a double clue. 6 down, take a look at the timekeeper.
So it starts with C, and I see timekeeper. I immediately want to say clock.
Yes, which also means to take a look at.
Does it?
To clock someone is to notice them.
Yeah, I think I just always interpreted clocking in that way as something more specific. Like, that's a thing that police people say. when they've caught you speeding.
Oh, to clock someone
Yeah.
at that. Yeah, that's true. I think that's just a different use. I think that's just a different type of clock. 13 across. We have some letters. It is 5 letters long.
Yeah, we've got the K in the middle now, so that's helpful. A king surrounded by several is captured.
King. Well, king in chess notation can be K.
Yeah, of course. And is captured. I want it to be like taken, but what?
But 10 is not several.
Not to my knowledge.
A king.
Oh, a king.
A king. 10 is several?
10 is several.
I don't know if 10 is several, but that's fine. So T and then AK for a
If
king.
you had several people walk into a room and it was 10 people, would you be surprised?
That's a lot of people.
Several people?
Taken. So 10 for several, AK for a king, and that means captured.
That is one of those things that you do have to watch out for a lot, that sometimes the little words, you just straight up put them in your answer. Like,
Yes, yeah, that's the tricky one. Yeah, the A's and things like that. It's very mean. Okay. We also have 10. We have a bit of the ending of 10 across.
I've got 10 across.
Oh, great.
I just looked at it.
So 10 across is a 7-letter clue. It's 4 blanks and then O something S at the end. Maybe probably OUS. I don't know. Maybe not. And the answer is...
Question.
Or the question is... This isn't Jeopardy. It's a crossword.
It's even got a question mark in this clue.
Fish of the non-swim variety. And you say you have this already.
Yes, I do.
Fish... It ends with S, so it could well just be like the plural of fish is fish. Of the non-swim variety. Can we rearrange non-swim?
Yes, you can.
Because that's variety of non-swim. And we end up with fish, which is
Cryptic
minnows.
crosswords have about 8,000 words that are trying to instruct you to do an anagram. And variety is one of them.
I don't think that needed a question mark.
No, I agree. But I'm not very good at when they use question marks and when they don't.
Fair. 4 down.
Okay, we've got an M in this one, so that seems useful. 6 letters. Injure a woman when grabbing silver.
Injure a woman when grabbing silver.
Injure could also be a sort of rearrangey sort of thing, but
yeah, to
grabbing
injure...
silver would have to then be the answer.
I think grabbing silver just means it has AG in it.
Yeah, I
right?
wondered
silver
about that.
On the periodic table is AG, so if you grab it, you maybe could add it into or putting it at the end of a word.
Then we'd be thinking that it's
damage.
Injure.
It's damage. It is
Ooh,
AG
dame.
within woman, dame. So a woman grabs silver,
Yep, love
dame
it.
grabs ag, you get damage. Perfect.
Nicely
Amazing.
done.
Now, 11 across now ends with a G
That's
from
not going to
damage.
be useful. It's
No,
just going to be an ing word.
But we can look at it anyway. We can look at it anyway.
Fine.
11 across.
Oh, maybe not.
We bring ingredients for making beer.
Oh, okay. That's actually easy.
Grab hops?
And
Grab hops?
It is an ing word.
Grab hops?
I said no, and I don't know why, because it is.
Making beer, brewing, which is a rearranging of we bring. So
Hence,
the ingredients of we bring, all the letters, can be turned into a word for making beer. In this case, brewing.
Love it. That gave us a B somewhere else.
Or B is a weird letter to see in the middle of a word.
It is.
8
Unless it's like
down.
able or something.
It could be. 8 down is a 6-letter word with the B as its 4th letter.
And
so
a question mark. Surely you don't have them.
surely you don't have them.
Surely you don't have them?
Surely you don't have them. Not you. You'd never have them.
I do admit now, putting a question mark at the end of this is a little bit unusual
Right?
for your
Oh,
intonation.
do you know what it is? Oh, I see. Intonation.
Intonation. So
Surely.
surely makes me want to say, oh, do we have room to make it an adverb, like an ly ending after that B? That's not impossible.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. This one is very broad.
You don't have them. Surely you don't have them.
Ooh.
Oh, you got it?
No, I'm
Say
trying
what you're
to make
thinking.
it work. Question mark makes it weirder.
Sure.
And surely you don't have them. Well, if you're sure about something, you know what you don't have? Doubts.
Oh, doubts.
I don't know if that's enough. Normally, when you do a cryptic crossword, when you've got your final answer, you are certain of it because you have followed the clues. This I am not certain about.
No, but it does have a question mark.
Exactly.
Oh, that's interesting. What if we think that it's doubts and 9 across started with an O? We can look at that's
That's the
orang.
organ.
That's orang.
I'm so confused about orang.
Wait. What if we change it up so it's not organ, but it's just an organ that could rearrange to an ape? Like a liver could become a rivel, a French ape.
Of course.
The rivel.
Should we try 3 down and see if it ends in G?
3 down. American soldier, right about outfit. Now, American soldier can often be GI. Oh, you know what? American soldier,
Right.
GI,
And then
right is R.
And then so it's
And then it's
the outfitting.
To rig.
Like a rig.
A rig is an outfit.
I
Or
think
to
that's
outfit.
believable.
To outfit is to rig. Can I Google
I
orang
think-
by itself to see if it's a real word? Orang.
The English people do this. No, it's just saying it's the word meaning people.
Danny.
Yeah? Oh, is it British slang?
No, well, no.
Hmm.
I mean, it does say orang short for orangutan. But what are people? We're big apes.
I guess
Danny,
we're
we're
big
big apes.
apes.
Danny, we're big apes. A human is a big ape.
Oh, I
Orang
guess.
is either short for a big ape, or it means human, which is a big ape.
Yeah, right.
Orang.
I guess that's okay.
Orang.
But if I saw a big ape and they had just wanted you to rearrange and find the word people, I'd
No.
find it a little weird.
Think about it.
Hmm.
It exists properly in pop culture. In the Addams Family,
Hmm.
whenever Lurch greets people,
He
he
sees a
says what they
person?
are. Whenever that's classically what he
Yeah.
does. When he sees thing, he walks up
Uh-huh.
and says thing, and when he sees a person, he says orang.
Orang.
And then you know that they're a orang.
Well, it's hard to argue now.
Yeah, idiot. Can't argue with that perfect logic. I don't like doubts though, because it is good. Surely you don't have them. Doubts. If you're sure, surely you wouldn't have them. If you're
Yeah.
sure. Let's just do doubts. Whoop. Let's just do doubts. It's not quite normal construction,
No.
but it had a question mark, so it can do whatever it wants.
Mm-hmm.
14 across begins with the S of doubts.
And it's just 6 letters. Game for a drink.
Game?
Now, there's not much to this, which makes me wonder if it's a double clue. Something that means game and something
And
that
something
means
means
drink.
a drink.
I can't tell from their construction when they say game. There are 3 different meanings that I can think of
True.
game right away.
A game, to be game.
And game food.
And game food.
Now, unfortunately, don't know much about
Interesting.
drinking.
Let's come back to this later. Let's look
Okay.
at 1 across instead.
Okay.
1 across is an 8-letter word. It is
Okay.
blank, 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 R, blank, D, blank, blank.
This can't be too hard.
And the clue is irregular form of PC's radio.
PC's radio is the right number of letters. So,
So we're just going to rearrange.
PC's radio to mean irregular.
Oh, because it is irregular, and then it's the form of PC's radio.
That's how I'm interpreting it.
And we do have the R and the D.
Yeah.
Maybe it's PC's radio. So what does irregular mean? It could be sporadic.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I think it's sporadic.
Good pick.
Oh man, I feel good about that.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting better at anagrams.
that was beautiful.
Sporadic. I love it. Okay.
I couldn't figure out how the word was going to end.
That gives us great starting letters.
Yeah, we got a
for
P
2
and a
and
C
5.
now. We can get back to your high-rise apartment flat thing where you started.
2 down. High rise flat. P something
Oh.
A something E something something.
Yeah, I've got it now.
It means flat as in level.
Yes.
Plain. High rise and high rise like tall, like a
Yeah.
high, like a building, like a high rise building, or just
No, they're
just
being
tall?
deceptive by making you think of buildings.
peaked. What? I don't
Think
understand.
about the area where we live.
I shall. I'm doing it now.
Think-
Plateau.
Yeah.
Plateau is flat, but it's also a high
we
rise.
live at
There's
the bottom of
plateau.
a plateau.
Oh, I love it. Plateau. Sweet. Love plateau. 5 down starts with C now.
See,
We never looked at it,
M
actually.
Something T, something.
Yeah, it's a 9-letter word that
Oh,
starts
no, it's
C
something
blank
you know
N
all about.
blank T. Study with severe cramp. That's such a short clue for a 9-letter word.
Yeah, severe cramp isn't like the right number of letters or anything.
No.
Hmm.
Okay, severe can be like, strict or Spartan or,
I guess.
that maybe we can fit some kind of word in there. And then a cramp is an ache. Or to study, or studying with severe, and we also get a word for a cramp, or to cramp. Study.
I'm not sure at this stage. We've got some great letters, but I don't know whether it's going to be a vowel or a consonant that goes between the N and the T.
No.
Constrain or something? Like that's clearly not. That doesn't seem like it makes sense. But a cramp could be a strain.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean study.
No.
At least I don't think it does.
And severe would have to be con.
Yeah.
Which isn't quite right.
No. But now I love strain.
Strain is good.
But doesn't seem like there's anything that can really make that work.
And it could be that constrain means cramp. Like to constrain something is to cramp its style.
But then study with
But then study would be
severe.
con and severe would be strain, which doesn't feel right.
No,
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Look at 12 down.
I want to look at 14 across because I think it's going to be the word square. Oh, that's the game
That's
for
game
a drink
for a
one.
drink.
It looks like it's going to be square now. S something U something something something.
It does.
Looks like the word square. But fine, I guess it's not.
Slurpee. 12 down. It's a 9-letter word, and it begins with an I, and that is all we know about it, other than the clue that tells us what it is, which is
one script edited by a police officer.
one script. I think it's inspector.
I agree. Where does the R come from? Oh no, sorry, the R is already there.
Script.
What letters miss? No, that's the right number of letters. Wow, I thought one script was too few letters.
But it's not.
No.
It's inspector.
Script is just a longer word than it looks like.
And we edit one script by rearranging it. I'm telling you, every word means rearrange. One script edited, rearranged, then by a police officer, which I'm not super happy.
Yeah.
But it's inspector.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was one letter short and we'd need to stick an extra A in there. By A.
Fair enough.
But doesn't matter. Okay, fine. It's not square.
Stussy. Like the S. And it could not be, it still might not be doubts.
Squish.
Squish. Squash. Squash. Squash is a game. Squash is a drink. Lemon squash is a drink made of lemons. I don't know if Americans use the term squash as a drink.
That's a good
Australia,
point.
we have like pub squash, we have lemon squash.
I think it is very
But I don't know if Americans
British side of things
do the same. But if you do, congratulations for getting this clue right before we did. Squash is a game. Squash is a drink. Squash.
Well done for not letting me sit on squish.
Squish. 19 across ends with an E.
Not great.
Which is not that interesting. It's only a 5-letter word.
Opening found by journalist opened wide.
That's 19 down.
Oh, sorry.
We could do that instead.
Why is it highlit as well?
Because I've just clicked the 19. 19
Okay.
across is November 5th effigies, we hear, making appearance.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't November 5th effigies and I want to say, like, Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
But...
Is there a name for a Guy Fawkes doll?
I don't know.
An effigy that you'll... They just burn them, don't they? It's kind of wild.
F-E-G? Because it says we here in the clue, and often that means there's going to be some element of write what you are saying. Like a say what you see style, read the sea kind of puzzle. Making appearance. I don't really know what we're doing here.
No. I mean, like, making could be nothing, right? As in, like, this clue makes a word for appearance.
That's true.
And appearance is going to sound like a November 5th
Guys.
effigy. Guys! Yeah! Guys! So, now, correct me if I'm wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
On November 5th, they make little effigies of Guy Fawkes, and they burn them.
To my understanding?
I've never really.
But aren't they happy?
Yeah, but are they happy that they caught Guy Fawkes? Is a celebration? We gotcha, you dummy. You didn't blow us up.
It's like if we had a Ned Kelly pinata. No one's really sure.
I think I'm so used to the idea of like, a guy who is kind of like a big famous criminal against the government. We love that guy. But I think there's like a negative thing here. Like, gotcha, Guy Fawkes. Way to try and blow up Parliament,
I'm
dummy.
not sure.
Can you find out more about Guy Fawkes Day?
Guy Fawkes.
What's up with Guy Fawkes? Nice guy? Bad guy?
Celebration?
Yeah, but I think it's a celebration of burning that guy. I think it's really weird.
Tell me more. Tell me more about this. No, I know the story enough.
Guy Fawkes went underground, under Parliament.
To mark the plot's failure, Parliament declared the 5th of November as a day of Thanksgiving, and people began celebrating by lighting bonfires.
And what did they do with the effigies?
They burned them.
Yeah, that's...
Often referred simply as guys, and throw them on the fire.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest piece of propaganda in the entire world.
We?
Can you imagine? Just, when was this? Was this like...
1600s?
Yeah. Like, was it during...
It was James. It was James.
Okay.
So it must have been early 1600s.
Yeah, okay, cool. Great. Imagine just going to celebration and be like, oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're burning effigies of a man. What? Yeah, we're celebrating the fact that this guy failed to blow up Parliament 400 years ago. So really, you still said, yeah, they told us to do it, and so we're doing it 400 years later. We're still being like, we hate you, Guy Fawkes. He's fine, probably. Maybe he was terrible. He tried to blow up Parliament.
Yeah, I don't want to get into too many political discussions.
This is
about whose side we're on, James or Guy's.
As people who were introduced to the concept of Guy Fawkes through the movie V for Vendetta, we're pro Guy Fawkes here. Now, that doesn't have any reflection on our opinions of his actual politics because we don't know him. Everyone knows Guy Fawkes was a mutant played by Hugo Weaving who wanted to stab John Hurt, and that's what we're for. Here on this show. It just seems funny. It just seems crazy. It's like, remember, the 5th of November.
Yeah.
Let's burn that guy for trying to blow up Parliament. That's kind of fair. I suppose you don't want people blowing up Parliament.
No, I agree.
It just doesn't feel right.
I get it. It's fine. It's just weird that it's like saying, oh yeah, it's common to see children making dolls of this man who was a very real man and celebrating his murder.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mummy.
I want to pretend to kill the man. I want to.
Could we set the rabble-rouser on fire, Mummy? No, child. It's November 6th. We set the rabble-rouser on fire last night. Oh, but Mummy, I've made so many little guys. I want to burn them, Mummy. Also, Mr. Sunderland, what are you doing about putting on a Patreon episode? Oh, I've gone to South Africa. Oh, no. I thought I was still in England, but I'm not. I went so far away. Oh, no, Mummy.
All right, so now we've got a G. Does that help us with that one that I said before about journalists?
Journalists. 19 down. Opening. Probably like a gorge or something. Opening, or no, it's probably a gorge. Opening found by journalist opened wide. No, I have no idea.
No.
Opening.
What sorts of things do we normally get for journalists?
Yeah, there's got to be a classic shortening of journalist, right?
Yeah, it's like editor and those sorts of things we always get ED, but I can't remember what we do for journalists.
Oh, I think they're just journalists.
I'm
not sure.
No.
20 down. This is a 5-letter
No, I think it is ED.
Okay.
Because I think it's a gap. ED mean open wide. Gaped.
Gap is an opening. Journalist is an ed for editor, and we get gaped for opened wide. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
24 across is only a little tiny 3-letter word.
Oh, it's a little baby. Oh, this is very easy.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Little Dorothy demonstrates a part of the Morse code. Danny, what are the two parts of Morse code?
Dots and dashes.
And what's short for Dorothy?
Dot.
All right, so it's dash. It is dot. 24 across is dot.
Yeah, that would have been a good starting place. That was pretty easy.
20 down.
Ooh, my. It starts with I, ends with T, with 3 letters betwixt the two. Paint may be unsuitable.
Paint may be unsuitable. Maybe, to me, seems... Maybe I'm going to rearrange the 5-letter word paint, which has an I and a T in it.
Agreed.
Which makes it inapt.
Yes, it does.
Unsuitable. Inapt.
Okay, how about this 22 across, which is 7 letters long and starts with a P?
Danny, stop. Stop doing a crossword. I have a question for you.
Oh.
It speaks to your particular expertise.
Oh.
What moment of The Simpsons is it
Oh.
when Lisa says, no, it's not.
Apt.
It's apt.
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 That is when the episode where she converts to Buddhism, when the church is being all glitzy and advertising-y.
Sure.
And Reverend Lovejoy says, it's just the same basic as we've just dressed it up a little. And she says, like the whore of Babylon. And he says, that is a false analogy.
No, it's not. It's apt. Apt. Okay, that's a good bit. That's a good bit, everybody.
Is it?
22 across is a 7-letter word.
Okay.
P, something A, something T, something something.
Oh. Pirates.
Ah.
I think that's the answer.
Pirates roving for money overseas.
Roving has got to be another anagram because look at the letters we've got. We've got
They're
half the
basically
letters,
the letters
of
of
pirates
pirates.
already. So money overseas.
It could just be a name of a foreign of a currency that is not British.
It very well could be.
Like.
It might end with S. Ooh.
Like.
Prastia.
Like.
Might need that last letter.
Yeah, we might need that last letter. Okay, 25 across is not related to this last letter.
No, it's not going to help
It
us.
starts with an R, and it has 8 of your human letters.
Designer getting into trouble has quit.
Designer
Got
getting into trouble has quit.
Yeah, it's pretty
Resigned.
Yeah.
Designer rearranged gets into
Getting
trouble.
into trouble is another
Rearranging.
anagram.
Everything's an anagram. Resigned.
Okay, this
18
18 across.
down.
This will help us with our pirates.
Now, when you say 18 across, what you mean is 18 down.
Down.
18 down ends with the S from resigned. It is 6 letters long. Flowers provided by teachers when head is absent. Now, teachers is too many letters.
Yeah, it's 8 letters.
Because I was going to say when head is absent, makes me want to take the T off teachers and do something with it. But that would still be too many letters.
It would. Is there another word for teachers that is only 7 letters long?
Could be. What's a 7-letter word for teachers that if you remove the first letter is a 6-letter word for flowers? It ends with S. So let's refocus the question. What's a 6-letter word for teacher that when you remove the first letter becomes a 5-letter word for flower? And then there's an S at the end.
Interesting.
And now that I've said that, you solve it.
Poppy. No, can't be something that ends in Y because that would change the whole thing.
You're right. Or it does, and it's
no.
really short. What's a 4-letter word for teacher?
Spies.
What's a teacher? A teacher is an instructor. It's a
tutor. It's too few letters.
It's a lecturer, a professor, a demonstrator, someone who demonstrates. That's how I say that word.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure of this one either. Let's go to 23 down and snake our way around.
23 down is a 3-letter word, and it ends with G, and it's quite absurd. Say something funny or keep quiet. That is the clue. Say something funny or keep quiet.
Okay, is this just a double clue?
Probably. Gag.
Oh, beautiful.
A gag is something funny, but also to keep quiet is to be gagged.
I don't know if to gag is to say something funny, but
you can
it
gag.
is something
you can
funny.
Gag and joke. Oh, he's gagging and joking and joking and gagging.
Maybe
he's making
in the
gag.
40s.
Danny, it's a cryptic crossword.
Of course, it's from the 40s.
Of course it's from the 40s. Whoever calls a sailor a tar in common parlance? But you got a problem with gag? 23 across begins with the G from gag. It's a 5-letter clue.
A bird goes crazy without oxygen.
Okay, well, we take out... Oxygen can be O, right?
Yeah.
On the periodic table, oxygen is O. A bird goes crazy.
So it starts with G. I want it to be goose, but I'm not quite seeing it. Because that feels like we'd want to put in, take the word goes and put an extra O in it.
That is... Yeah, that's strange. Without isn't with, as in not having oxygen. It is on the outsides, opposite of within. It's without the O for oxygen.
Good catch.
So it's actually goes crazy, rearranged into GOSE, and then put on the outside of the O in oxygen to make GOOSE.
Beautiful.
Which is a bird, which is a goose. Goose.
Okay, unfortunately that only gave us vowels.
It did only give us vowels, but we do know that 16 down, a 7-letter word, ends with O something E.
It's got a stammer in this clue.
Oh, it does. A couple getting a few more. I didn't do anything there. It is a couple hyphen a couple getting a few more. Question
Does
mark.
it start with 2-2?
Tutu.
Tutu.
It could start with tutu. A couple getting a few more.
I'm not sure.
No.
I don't. This is an unusual construction. I don't understand it.
No, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of like double, redouble, doubled, but nothing.
I've got 17 down, if that helps.
17 down has an E as its second last letter. It's a 6-letter clue. German article about pub meal.
Mm-hmm.
German article, die, der, das.
Etc.
Is there much more, etc.?
Oh, yeah, that's like one of the things that
Die,
people...
der,
I don't mind them, but people
das.
say that this is one of the hardest things about German is there are so many articles. So the basic ones, der, die, das.
Der, die,
Die
das.
for plural.
Die.
You've got den, die, das.
Den, die, das.
That's the accusative case.
Oh, bloody
Dem,
accusative
der,
case.
dem, den for dative case, I believe. And then des, der, des. What's accusative plural? I can't remember accusative plural. Oh no. I'm sorry, genitive plural,
you
I mean.
know nothing
I
about
can't
the
remember genitive
language.
plural.
You don't even know genitive plural. That's the most common thing you'd ever say.
Oh, that's brutal.
Is that things that belong to a person?
Something that belongs to multiple people.
Something that belongs to
It
multiple.
doesn't come up often.
It's like hour, but the article implying hour, or not necessarily hour. Could be there.
Yeah. That's the one I can't remember.
Well,
but
German
yes,
article.
there
So
are a few.
any word starting with D.
It's der in this case.
About pub meal. So about pub.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah.
D, then in, then the ER that make der go around in for pub.
Dinner.
Diner. Wonderful. 15 across ends with a D.
All
Isn't
right.
that fun?
Yeah, that's nice.
It is a 6-letter clue. Ends with a D. The din may have provided a clue.
Okay, is it the din or is it din may? Which letters do we want? Like the word din has got to be part of a rearrange.
I think we're rearranging the din
Okay, so
into
we
a
want
word that means a clue. If I'm rearranging the din
hit and
into a clue and ends with D, inthed, thinned.
thine. Huh.
Okay, what if it's din may?
Yemand.
I don't know what this is.
No, neither do I.
Let's look at a random.
No.
We've kind of.
We're
hit-
running out.
Did we ever look at 21? We never
No,
looked
no,
at
we
21
didn't.
across.
Okay.
All right, okay. That's our final thing to look at.
Okay.
It is 2 words,
Mhm.
3, 4,
3,4.
3, 4. Record made by Don West.
We've just got to rearrange Don West, right?
Probably.
Now, do we think that record is going to be a noun, like the noun record or the verb record?
Or the other noun record?
Well, yeah.
Nobody knows. Or to record something. To
Oh,
put
no.
chords back into it.
Okay, well, a 4-letter word that ends with N out of the letters of Don West could be down, but then it would be set down,
To record, to set down.
like to set down some tunes.
Or just to set down in a... I think you can just set things down.
That's weird, but okay.
To record it, to
All
make
right,
a
all
note
right.
of it.
Okay, so now we've got an S as the second letter of this teacher flower. S, yes, no, that doesn't make sense. What is a flower with a second letter S? So I presume that's got to be a vowel at the start.
Yes. Or a P. P.S. Psoriasis flower.
You follow that train of thought.
T.S.
Constrict. Is the 5 down one constrict? Now that it ends in T? Strict means severe.
I said, Danny, I looked you right in the eyes and I said, severe could be strict. And you said, shut up.
Here's the problem. That still means that study is con, and I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Do I need to look up the meaning of con to see if there are other meanings we don't know?
I guess so. Why would study be con?
I don't know. Oh, no. Con, the fourth meaning. Archaic verb. Study attentively or learn by heart.
Really? Is that just because con artists have to do
No,
that?
it has nothing to do with that.
And that's why they're called con
It
artists?
has literally nothing to do with that, because that's a confidence trickster.
Yeah.
That's different. It says that it just comes from the English can, which I...
Does that come from the Scottish ken?
Well, at a stretch... Well, see, I always figure that comes from the German, because kennen is a word for to know in German. But I'm not positive on that.
Well, there you go. Con for study. I've never seen it before.
So many meanings of con.
So archaic.
It also a nautical word that means to direct the steering of a ship.
How funny. I've never even vaguely heard of these uses.
Right?
Often when you get an archaic meaning, you're like, oh, yeah. I think I've seen that in like a Shakespeare, or I think I've seen that in an old book or an old poem. But con for...
Yeah, not a clue.
To study. Does it have any connection to... confabulate, which is to talk? Probably not. Is that confab? Confabulate? Just mean to have a conversation? I think because people will often say you can have a confab.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the phrase confab?
I have never. No. I get it.
Let's have a quick confab.
That's just con meaning together. And fabula meaning fable.
Oh, tell a fable together.
Tell stories together.
I hope if you don't say
it does
confab,
come from the early 17th century, confabulate, though,
nice.
So that's a real old one.
I will say, everybody at home, if you don't say confab as part of your day-to-day lexicon, if you're not walking around being like, let's have a quick confab, just start. It's fun.
Okay, so we've only got 4 words left.
We've only got 4 words left.
Looked at all of them. What was 16 down again?
16 down. A couple, getting a few more. A couple,
it looks
a couple,
like
getting a few
we've
more.
got a couple of O's. Can it be
more?
two? But I don't know what this is. I don't know a word that starts with two and means a few more.
This construction is going to be wild. I say we do 15 across.
But I don't know 15 across either.
The din may have provided a clue.
I know it may have, but it didn't.
It's...
All we've got added since we last looked at it is we now have an I in the second position.
Hinted.
Oh, thank you.
The din, rearranged, may have, provides a clue or provided a clue, hinted.
Beautiful.
Hinted.
Not hit end.
Hinted. It definitely starts with 2.
Oh, no. Okay.
We're not going to get any more letters for 16 down, but we can at least avoid it for a while. Oh, no, we can't, because the only other options are this flower that's
and
a
the pirates.
teacher.
Okay, the pirates is just rearranging. We must be able to get it.
Pirates, roving, moving around. We're rearranging the 7-letter word pirates into a new 7-letter word that means money overseas.
It may not be the name of a currency.
It's definitely a foreign currency. Pirates. And we have P something, A something, T something something. It is...
Piastri?
Piast?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Because I've used an I twice.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's a currency.
Money overseas. What if it's not? What if we've completely misinterpreted the construction of this clue?
Sure.
I don't know how else we could interpret it.
It might just mean overseas.
Overseas. seas.
I gotta like write this down and
Yeah,
put
write
the
it down. Maybe
letters in
that'll help. Maybe
different
this is just a
orders.
difficult anagram, and if you write it down, we'll be able to solve our problem straight away. Here we go. Pirates.
And what have we used up?
We've used a P and an A and a T. P something, A something, T something, something. Prestes.
Prates?
Prates.
So, that sounds French. Could it mean something that English people know that we don't because they know more French than us?
How's that spelled? How are you spelling prates?
Praits.
Pirates.
They're just autocorrected for pirates.
Autocorrect to pirates. I've got no idea. All right. Okay.
Imagine if it's not an anagram. It's just a coincidence.
It might be a coincidence.
That'd be awful.
Flowers provided by teachers when head is absent.
Oh, I just look up piastra, not piastri with an I
Yep.
at the end, but piastra, a monetary unit of several Middle Eastern currencies equal to 1/100th of a pound.
See? Trust your gut. It's piastra.
It's
We got
piastre.
it. We got it. It's piastra.
Okay. So it was. I just didn't know what it meant when I said it. So I said it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, we've just got the flower and this tutu to go.
Hey, Danny, wait. Hold on.
Mhm.
You said a piastra is worth like 100th of a pound?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've got a tiny piece of cobweb, and I hang it across a gap. And they say, "Is that going to stop anything from falling?" And I say, "Well, it'll supply a piastre de resistance, because it'll hold up about 100th of a pound." How's that? Is that good? Is that a bit?
I mean,
Is that a bit?
it does say it came from the French.
Hey, everybody, is that a bit? Is that a bit piastre de resistance?
Can you describe what I did while you were talking and I was clearly not listening to you very hard?
Endangered your marriage. That's what you did, not listening to your husband.
I clicked to the best of my
You
ability
clicked?
to click and pointed at the screen.
You know what flowers provided by
I
teachers
know what
when head is
flowers
absent
provided
is?
by teachers when
What
head is absent is.
Is it, now before you tell me what the answer is it the construction that we thought?
Absolutely.
A word for teachers, you remove the top, you get
Yep.
a word for flowers.
100%.
What type of teachers?
The
Coaches.
British.
No, British.
Like, it's not a term that we typically use for our teachers.
I'm here to teach you something.
I don't-
You can call me Skazwaz.
I don't even know if it's typically you'd call it like a particularly common British term for teachers, but it's something that if you hear that they have called their teacher this, you are thinking that the book you are reading is English.
Is it something they would say to their teacher, like, "Hey, Strumbo, please, I need answers, Strumbo. Can you help me out?"
Possibly. When I picture it more as a talking about them in the third person sort of thing, but quite possibly
Okay, I don't know what it is.
it's master.
Master! I think it's more like you're a teacher if you're a master, you're a student, you're a master and student. Yeah, that's something. Asters. Whoop. Asters.
Okay.
Okay, all we have left.
Is this stupid tutu?
Oh my God, everybody. All we have left is a couple getting a few more. A couple getting a few more. A couple getting a few more. I'm helping. This is helping everybody. It is T something O something O something E. Getting a few more? What's the mean? Does it mean a couple? And then it's a couple getting a few more? Twosome.
It's a twosome.
Twosome. A couple is twosome. And then a couple, two, getting a few more, some.
Yep. We finished it.
Congratulations, you have completed the puzzle.
Now, we do not always finish them. Sometimes we have to give up on the last couple.
Danny, these people, this is for the regular listeners. They don't know. We get them every time, everybody. We've solved every single one we've ever attempted.
But we do sometimes have to Google some terms that we're not familiar with.
Like piastra.
Piastra.
But we got them. We guessed them. We figured that out before it's not like we Googled what the answer was and then put it in.
And same with orang. Never heard orang as a term on its
We pitched our
own.
answer and we Googled it for certainty.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh, well, there you go, everybody. That was a easy cryptic crossword that we did with you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've been having a fun end of year. I hope it's been a break. If it hasn't, I hope the work has not been too tough for you. And if you want to hear another one, there is another one of these going up on Patreon, like right now.
And there are many more.
And so, look, I understand that a lot of things in life are asking you to sign up for their Patreon. We do not expect that from you because, hey, this is fundamentally at its core free entertainment that you get. But that free entertainment is supported by people who can donate money and help let us grow and make more things and make this our full-time job. So if you want a whole bunch of fun, there's so much bonus episode. We're putting out more than an episode a week in general for our
Fingers crossed.
For our audio.
That's a big promise to make over the holidays.
Donors. Oh yeah, right now who knows? But in general, there's lots of fun stuff. You can go, especially if you haven't signed up before, you can go up and you can sign up and listen to a huge backlog of us doing 2-minute mysteries and other puzzles and games and a whole bunch of fun stuff. So there is a lot there, but mostly it's your way to support the main shows that we make and allow art to exist in a world that hates art. Oh, those anti-art people. The establishment's trying to get us. But don't you worry. I've got a bunch of explosives, and I'm going to blow up the Parliament, and nobody will ever remember me. There won't be burning effigies of Bill Sunderland in 400 years. No, sorry, Bob. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Goodbye.